Coming up on today's show
is that there was a direct correlation between goal setting and success. So 14% of the people who have goals are 10 times more successful than those who do not.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in companies, sometimes they set too many goals. And so everything is important. No, everything can't be important. You need to at least get some kind of order.
And, what you really want to do is have goals that will be more actionable. You can take steps and actually see success where you make a resolution and, again, we abandon them.
Setting goals versus resolutions today on Keeping You Organized. Hello, welcome to Keeping You Organized. A lot of people set out at the beginning of the year particularly and, have their resolutions. And then, a couple weeks go by and, they kind of abandon them. But, also we talk a lot in organizing and productivity about goals. And is there a difference? We're going to ask our guest today, Deb Cabral, Declutter Coach. Deb, hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good, John. How are you? Good to see you.
Awesome. It's great to see you. And, we're past the first of the year and probably a lot of people have abandoned some of their resolutions now. But what is that difference between a resolution and a goal anyway?
Yeah, so when I'm working with our clients, I really try to focus rather than on resolutions because unfortunately resolutions have a negative connotation. I'm going to give you a quote in a minute from a study, but resolutions, most likely, most of us don't follow through. But goal setting is something completely different. I think it's something you can use whether it's in January, in the beginning of a year, at your halfway point in June, or a lot of folks like to use September, like that back to school time as a way to start getting back into goal setting. So I always tell our clients, abandon the idea of New Year's resolutions because they don't work. So I'm going to give you a quote, and I'm going to be looking at my notes to make sure I'm getting this right. So Inc. magazine, which is one that a lot of us entrepreneurs like to read, research shows that 60% of us make New Year's resolutions. However, only 8% are successful.
Whoa,
not good, right?
No.
So the odds are against you. So you want to be able to set yourself up for success rather than failure. And what you really want to do is have goals that will be more actionable. You can take steps and actually see success where you make a resolution and, again, we abandon them. So another Harvard study, a business study that I want to share is that there was a direct correlation between goal setting and success. So 14% of the people who have goals are 10 times more successful than those who do not. Great statistics, right?
Right.
So here's the reason why we want to focus on goal setting rather than resolutions.
Okay, I'm excited about this now. Do you have you're an organizer? Do you have a 8-point plan or a 3-point plan? Or
I've got a 4-strategy plan here.
I love that. Nice and succinct. All right, so let's start this off with number 1.
Okay, number 1 is using the SMART, S-M-A-R-T, which is an acronym, SMART goal setting method. So when you are creating and selecting goals for yourself, it's really important to make sure that you're setting goals that are going to set you up, again, for success. And using the acronym SMART, when we use this acronym, we are more likely to achieve success than not. So the S stands for specific. We need our goals to be very specific. So you don't want to say, well, I want to do better than last year. What does better mean, right? I want to improve my life. We need to be a little bit more specific. When we have vague goals, we get vague results, and that's not what we're looking for. Then we're going to go on to the M in SMART, which is measurable. You have to figure out a way to measure progress and, most importantly, success. So it's easy if someone's trying to lose weight, they get on a scale, they can see the difference. But when we're working with people in their corporate positions and they're trying to be more productive, we're always working on figuring out ways that we can manage their progress and success, because if people do not see success, they abandon, even their goals. They want to feel that they're getting somewhere. Next comes the A, attainable. So believe it or not, we want to set goals for ourselves that we know we can meet, but with a lot of hard work and perseverance. So if you're trying to lose weight, you're not going to say, I want to lose 1 pound this year, right? We know that's attainable, but it really wouldn't take a lot of effort to do that. So you want a goal that you know that you can attain, but also you're going to need hard work, perseverance, persistence to get there. So not too easy, not too hard.
Right.
The R is relevant. So we have to create goals that are relevant to us. Now, when you're working, I work a lot in the corporate arena. And when, we're working with individuals, especially leaders that are trying to meet and exceed their goals, sometimes their goals are already set for them. They certainly can, collaborate with their leaders and try to, get involved. But you've got to have a goal that's relevant to you, because if it doesn't mean anything to you, when the goal gets hard, which it will, every goal, there's trouble spots where we just like lose our motivation. If it's not relevant to you and it's not something that's going to motivate you to continue, you're going to give up. So on the personal side, here's a perfect example. I had a client that her husband wanted her to learn golf. She had no interest in golf, didn't like golf. She went out and got all the pretty outfits and got some nice, clubs. And all she liked to do was drive the cart. She didn't stick with it because it wasn't relevant to her. She didn't want to play golf. So it's got to be meaningful and relevant to you. Now, when it's at work, obviously, and your boss gives you a goal, that's really meaningful and relevant because you want to do well and sustain your job and hopefully get promoted. The last is our T. Very important. Time bound or timed. You've got to have an end date. Like, I want to write a book by third quarter of 2021. We've got to have a consistent date, because if not, especially me, when I'm coaching leaders, I really hold them accountable for the target dates they set, because it's very easy to say, oh, I want to get this done. When would you like to do that? In fact, I was just working with a leader this morning who's new in his position, and we want to, kind of plot out what is he going to do the first 90 days. And so we set intermittent goals that he would be successful at, and then the ultimate goal, having them all done by those 90 days. So when we don't have a date, it's kind of like a dream, a wish. But when you really target it to a specific date, it really holds you personally accountable.
I've heard.
So
I've heard
first theory, use the SMART method.
Yeah, I've heard that goals without time are just wishes, right?
Exactly. They're wishes or dreams. And, I want to do this. I want to go here. I want to do that. Yeah. Again, we've got to hold ourselves. It's all about two things. Number one, setting expectations, which we do in goals. And then two is accountability, whether we're holding others accountable because we're leaders or we're holding ourselves accountable.
All right. Now we're ready for number 2.
Yes. Number 2 is writing your goals down. Here's another great study, that Harvard study that I mentioned. Listen to this. They were following an MBA class from Harvard, an MBA graduating class, and they studied all of the class that had graduated over this one particular year. And they followed them for a 10-year period. 3% of the graduates that had written down their goals were earning 10 times as much as the other 97% of the class put together. So writing down your goals, just the act of writing them down, whether that's digitally or in a nice binder, writing them down automatically influences you to take action.
Right.
The other thing that's really important is either reading those goals often or posting them in a conspicuous place in your office, which is what I like to do for myself and for the leaders that I coach. Right. So writing down and looking at them, look at the statistics. They all graduated from Harvard, an amazing college. They all had the same MBA. But only 3% of them wrote down their goals, and we're making 10 times more than the other 97% of the class.
I think a lot of that goes with in business contracts. When you sign your name on a contract, you're committing yourself. So I think writing there's a commitment there that makes you want to do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So those are my first 2 strategies.
Okay, great. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, let's get the other 2 parts of this, of why we want to set goals instead of resolutions, with Deb Cabral, Declutter Coach Deb, and we'll be right back.
Get organized now at myorganize.life. Need to turn those piles into files? We've got you covered. Hundreds of organizing products in a dazzling array of colors and sizes. There's an organizing solution for you. Shop online and they're delivered right to your office. Get organized now. Go to myorganize.life. That's myorganize.life. Get organized now at myorganize.life.
We're back now on Keeping You Organized, talking about why you should have goals rather than resolutions. And we have Declutter Coach Deb, but I just had a trouble even just getting that out of my mouth. That's just because I'm just trying to keep up with you. Now we have these 4 strategies for goal setting, and we covered 2 before the break. But let's get now into number 3. I'm excited to hear what it is.
Number 3 is focus on what's important. So here's the thing. When we have so many things going on and we're trying to do a little bit of everything, we're not really making any progress on anything. So it's about focusing on what's important and being able to create your priorities, right? We all have certain things that we need to do in our work and professional life and our personal life. But when we prioritize, the important stuff gets done. That's one of my favorite slogans. So really figure out what's important. When we know what's important, it's so easy to create a plan, stay focused, and stay on track. And when we fall off track, which we will, we've got that written plan that we can look at and get back on track right away. So the issue now is that, we're in this crazy world where we can easily be distracted. Every bing ting of our phone, our laptops, our iPads, people have 24-hour, 7 days a week access to us. It's so easy to become distracted. We want to continue to focus on what's important. Do not let all these distractions get in our way. So the goals that we set for ourselves and focusing on what's important really gives us the ability to stay on track, get motivated, get inspiration, and take action every day. Even if it's something small, just taking some action on a focused goal that you have is going to keep you on track.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in companies, sometimes they set too many goals. And so everything is important. No, everything can't be important. You need to at least get some kind of order. I like to say to my boss, okay, if you want me to do this, then what do you want me to not do?
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Because we've got to,
a lot of times we spend our time doing a lot of things, but are they all really important?
Right.
So I like to say busy doesn't equal productive.
Exactly.
Right? You can be busy all day long, but that doesn't necessarily mean you are producing results.
Awesome. Okay, now we got one more point, right?
Yes. The fourth one, and here's a great one, share your goals. Share your goals. So when you share them, especially when you share them publicly, it's almost like built-in accountability. So when you tell everyone, I'm in the process of writing a book, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm working on my master's degree, when you share those with people that you love and will be cheerleaders for you, it's really going to help you, again, stay that motivation and inspiration. And share it with people and let others share their goals with you, and you inspire and motivate them. So really being public about them is always really helpful.
Awesome. Now, do you have goals for yourself and your business this year? I'd imagine you do, right?
I do. Yes, I do. So I'm going to share one of my personal goals, and this is like being really personal, but I think again, it's about being out in public. And as you know, I still do a lot of television. So I do a local show here in Syracuse, and they wanted me to talk about goal setting. And I said, my oldest daughter is getting married this year. And when you get these wedding pictures, they're forever, right?
Right.
So my goal is to get healthier this year. I want to start, losing weight, working out more. My big thing is I'm really working on in this year on work-life balance. As you grow a business, you have to spend a tremendous amount of time to reap the benefits that you want to get. March, I will be in business 10 years. It's a big milestone. I'm really excited. But I have to start to focus a little bit more on my work-life balance, because as a business owner, it's very easy to just have that laptop on your lap, even when you're not at work, when you're home with your family at night, snuggling in your jammies.
Right.
So I kind of made this profession that I was, on television, that I'm going to focus on, having more work-life balance myself and focus on getting healthier. So I think these are great things. And my friends at the station are going to hold me accountable.
How's it working so far this year for you? I mean, if you've broken it down, are you accomplishing some of the baby steps?
Yeah. So I'm a big Oprah fan, which I've shared many, many times. And so she is now part owner of Weight Watchers, and I have been doing Weight Watchers, and I love it because here it is. It's about balance.
Yes.
You don't have to say, I'm never going to have that piece of chocolate cake again that I love. It's about balance. And that's what we try to teach our clients when we're trying to talk about efficiency and productivity. It's the same thing when we want to eat healthier, lose weight, start to work out more. I spoke at a women's retreat last night for other entrepreneurial women. And it's so unique to see that this is really a universal problem for all women. People my age, that my children are older, people that have younger children like Leanne, we all are just kind of working a little bit too much, or we're on that hamster wheel. And so I think we all have to encourage each other that we can take steps. So I met a woman last night who owns her own gym, and I'm going to start working with her because I've been doing things on my own. My husband's very active and he's been working with me, but I think working with another woman who's really motivated and inspirational is going to help me as well. And then I can also help her with her business.
And that's accountability too. So that's going to be really helpful. I mean, I always thought about it's a lot harder to go to the gym by myself rather than go to the gym with someone else. So I go to the gym with my wife, and it's great. So, usually one of the two of us doesn't want to go, but then the other one drags the other one there, and then we're good. So
yes, my husband's a big runner, so I don't run. I've had some neck and back surgeries that I really can't run, but I'll ride the bike with him. And the same thing, there's days that I just don't want to go, and he's like, "Come on, hon, once you get on that bike, you really enjoy it," and we do.
Yeah.
So you have to have that, that somebody that's going to motivate you. And sometimes it's like you don't want to do it for yourself, but you don't want to let someone else down.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's your accountability right there.
That is awesome. So now we're just about done here. Before we go, can you tell people what kinds of services you offer and how they can get a hold of you?
Yes. So I have, one company, which is Cabral Enterprises, but it's got two divisions. One of them is the Declutter Coach. And so we work with people in their homes, helping them organize, manage their time, come up with plans to help them lead a good life. We also do a lot of senior moves. On my other division, DC Efficiency Consulting, I do a lot, and I have now on my staff 3 trainers besides myself. We do corporate training, consulting, coaching. We also do DISC assessments. So that's really been a big part of what we do. We do a lot of project work. So we really focus on 4 sectors. We do private sector, which is, any type of, private organization. I do a lot of government work because I have I always say I have every woman-owned business certification known to man. And I know Smead is also a WeBank certified, as am I. And then we do the public sector. We have a lot of public sector work. We do nonprofits. And then we also do a lot of work with colleges and universities. So I think it's like, that has been our niche. And that's what we focused on. And, we're really excited. The business, I never thought that we would be where we are today. So, when I started in the corner of mine and my husband's bedroom 10 years ago.
So which website is the best one for people to go to, maybe the easiest one to remember?
Declutter Coach, if you're interested in finding out about that. Again, we have free videos. We produced 151 episodes of our television show, Organization Motivation. We're not filming any longer, but those episodes are airing in different parts of the country. We also filmed hundreds of our organized and 60-second news segments. Those are short little news and lifestyle segments. That website is decluttercoachdeb.com. On everybody that worked on our television show on the production side is now helping me produce videos that we do, training videos. We have a proprietary system, which is subscription-based, called Learning on the Go. So lots of companies love that because it's micro-learning. All of their employees can log in on their computer, on their phone, and they can see short videos anywhere from 4 to 11 minutes on a variety of topics that will be useful to you in business. And that is DCEFF.consult.com.
Awesome. Well, Deb, I see how you need to have some more work-life balance there, because it sounds like you got a lot going on. So,
yes. But I love it.
Okay.
Hey, when you have, this is what I like to say, when you work hard at something you don't like, it's stress. When you work hard at something that you really love, it's called passion.
Awesome.
That's where I am.
You're one of the most passionate that we know. So anyway, and we'll have you back next time, and I'm going to ask you about how it's going too, okay?
Okay, awesome.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Now you should know that you need to set goals instead of resolutions. And we had a lot of good reasons why today. But one goal you should set is to come back for our next episode of Keeping You Organized.